In the recent patch, they changed up how Crimson and Terra armors works, and they fixed all the bugs. And now with it, one of the armor sets is a lot better, and another armor set is not as good. Either way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. Comment your best joke. The best joke will receive 5 million coins. However, you must be subscribed, and I will only roll it if we hit 250 likes on today's video. So do those things, and without further ado, let's get into it. So recently, a bug patch change just rolled out that fixed both Terror and Crimson armor, in addition to making everything a lot cleaner, such as showing your stacks bottom left corner right above your health. It shows you how much stacks there and when they decrease, so you know how much stacks you actually have, which is super nice. But they fixed both Crimson and Terror armor. Crimson armor, they nerfed kind of, but they really just fixed it. The bug was that it kept on giving you infinite attack speed whenever you use Crimson armor, which is not really good and let you absolutely melt bosses in like stupidly fast times. So that's now fixed, so it does not give you infinite attack speed, because that was a very large bug with Crimson armor. They also fixed Terror armor. Terror armor is the archer set of this, and its full set bonus is you gain 1 stack every time you hit an enemy. It makes the arrows fly faster and deal 20% more damage, and then you can shoot 3 arrows. However, this was bugged in the past, in the sense that the extra damage buff that it said you got, like 20% per stack, didn't actually affect anything. It was the exact same damage percent, the exact same damage no matter how much stacks you actually had, which is a big part of the bug, because that's one of the reasons why it's so good. Now, they did not fix... Well, let me explain. So with Terror armor, there still is the bug of the 3 shots, and I'll explain that in a second. But first, let's just prove that it actually works, and they actually, fixed it. So off start, I am doing, looks like 200,000 damage, 250, 260, 270. As we saw, it continuously went up and up in damage. Now, this damage is not multiplicative of the entire thing. So, for example, it's not 20% of 200,000 damage. It's added somewhere in the damage equation, so it's not just the 20% damage on the damage you already have. But it is still a very nice buff. Now, explaining the 3 arrow issue. Now, if you shoot, you'll see that my arrows are just bouncing off or not actually hitting this guy. They're just not. Now, the reason for this is because, at least from what I've heard, is eye ticks. Basically speaking, outside of dungeons and outside of mini-bosses, all 3 of the arrows just can't hit and end up bouncing off the target instead of actually hitting it, and that's just how it works outside of dungeons. However, inside of dungeons, it works, where all 3 arrows actually connect, and against certain mini-bosses, all 3 arrows actually connect. So there is a reason why your arrows are bouncing off. However, all your arrows hit mobs such as the boss, Magma boss, but it's also super nice. As we can see, this dude right here is using Terror armor just because it is so good Terror armor. He's doing a lot of damage. It's shredding. Terror armor is really good. Now, if we go against the Magma boss, we're going to see that all of my arrows are actually connecting into him. None of them are bouncing off. They're all connecting into them, and they are actually shredding him, might I add. Like, they are kind of annihilating this man. He is losing health extraordinarily fast, and I'm not using that great of a setup. I mean, I'm using Terror armor, not like a Terminator or anything. But the point is, it is a really good armor set, but there is a reason why the 3 arrows don't work. Now, this is good for just archers in general, because it does increase your range and AoE damage for archers. However, this is also super good in dungeons. So I'm going to be going into dungeons as an archer just to show you what I mean. For dungeons with archer, I recommend only having 1 or 2 pieces of Terror armor, because that's all you need to get the 3 arrows, and 3 arrows actually hit against all the mobs when inside dungeons. So let me go and show you that. Alright, so now we're in actual dungeons, and I will show you what I'm talking about and how broken it actually is. Alright, so now I have the chance to clear the room on my own, and you'll see how broken this is. I'm just like one-shotting all the mobs anyways, because I'm in 3/4 Frozen Blaze. I'm doing an insane amount of damage. But also because of how much stacks I'm getting, I'm just melting all the mobs. For example, the Shadow Assassin, all my arrows are shooting and it's dead. Granted, is this a very high floor? No, but this makes clearing insanely easy because of how quickly I'm shooting. and the amount of damage I'm actually dealing, it is incredibly good. Just to show, like, I am absolutely eviscerating these mobs. Granted, there's no need for me to even, like, do stuff, but I am absolutely clapping these guys. Now, in dungeons, this could just be me, but I found I'm actually using... In addition to also shooting, like, insanely fast and having 3 arrows, with Hypixel working, by the way, which is super, super nice, you're just doing more damage as well. So I do recommend for anyone who's running Archer to have at least 1 piece of terror armor with them in the dungeon floor, because it absolutely helps you destroy mobs, and you basically have a term inside of dungeons. I mean, look how fast I'm shooting. I'm just, like, destroying these bombs, and I'm not even at the stacks yet. Also, I could be wrong about this. I feel like I lose stacks a lot faster inside of dungeons than outside. That could be because I'm not using full sets. I think it's because I'm not using full set damage. But either way, I am just destroying these mobs with absolute ease. 3 shots, I-ticks, doesn't matter. These guys are all getting clapped, and you will see that when we actually get into the actual fight. So now I'm just going to be showing you what I mean by with Blood Room. So just keep in mind, these are all boomer guys, right? And I have 10 stacks. They're just all dead. They're all dead. Instantly. The entire thing is just dead. And I'm not even Archer. I'm a fucking mage. They're all dead. It didn't even make a sound. They just instantly all die now. Granted, yes, it's floor 6. It's not the hardest mobs ever. But the point is, it is evaporating everything that comes in my way. We're going to see that with this. With all these terracottas, keep in mind, we have not a single hype mage with us. Okay, keep that in mind. Not a single hype mage. They're all dead. All of them. We have not a single hype mage or term guy with us. They're all dead instantly. It is crazy how broken this setup is for dungeons. I highly recommend everyone who's Archer use this. I'm not even Archer. And I'd still... insane. So I highly recommend using this set outside, inside of dungeons. Anywhere you use it, it is absolutely ridiculous how much this melts. Like, we don't even have anybody with a term, but we are just melting so hard. Point is, I highly recommend using this inside or outside dungeons. It is absolutely ridiculous the amount of stuff you get from doing it. So I highly recommend using this at least 1 piece inside dungeons, and using outside dungeons is also a really good alternative for Magma Boss and other bosses as well. And of course, this run, someone got a giant sword. Of course, they happen to get a giant sword the run I'm recording a video. Point is, this is absolutely a broken thing to do, so I highly recommend you using and taking advantage of Terra Armor inside and outside dungeons, whatever you want to do, 1 piece, 3 pieces. Use it. It is super, super good. Either way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.